They rose to meet me in the storm. Two of them bone and bead and paint. They rose like they had done this before, like this old woman was something quaint. I watched them climbing through my lightning. I watched them spreading wide their hands. I tasted something coming off them, something neither one had planned. Fear, just the edges of it, just the first cold fingertip of it. And the darkness in me opened up its mouth and drank. I am old, I am cold, I am deep. I have buried everything I loved and I did not sleep. I am old, I am cold, I am deep. Below me the men of Ironmark are dying. Below me banners fall and break. I rake the horde with cold dark fire. I do not pause, I do not shake. My left hand finds the lightning, my right hand finds their throats. My grief becomes the wind beneath me, my rage becomes the notes. They thought that two was all they needed. They thought that two meant I would fall. They forgot I am not fighting. I am not fighting them at all. I am ending them. There is a difference. I am old, I am cold, I am deep. I have buried everything I loved and I did not sleep. I am old, I am cold, I am deep. I will teach you what fear tastes like, you who fed on smaller things. I will show you what it looks like, looking up at what grief brings. You sent your hoard to my daughter's village. You weighed her life and called it small. You thought the cold ash on my hands was all that I was after all. But I have been carrying this darkness since before your mothers drew their breath. I have been a widow's silence, I have been a patient death. Can you taste it now? What I'm tasting off you. Can you feel it now? That cold thing at the back of your mind. That is not the storm. That is me. That has always been me drinking. And then from below, that voice. That voice I have hated for 40 years. Rally to me, men of the mark. Rally to me, for the mark, for the mark, for the mark. God, I hate that voice. God, I hate that cry. God, I hate what it does to men, makes them willing to die. For the mark that took my husband, for the mark that took my son, for the mark that left me nothing when the dying was done. For the mark, for the mark. Then let it burn, let the hate burn clean and cold. Let it lift me past the pain now, past the ache of being old. He knows it is me that I am here. He will never know this cost. He will rally all his dying men and never count what I have lost. But his voice goes into me like iron, and his cry goes into me like flame. And I rise above the two of them. are still grey with her ashes. My hands are still grey with her ash. My granddaughter rides in the darkness, and I am not done. Done! I smelled the ash before I saw the hill, the sweet sick smell that every witch-born knows, the blood and char that hangs in cold air still, the kind of smell that never really goes. The writer didn't speak, he'd said his piece. He just wrote on and let the smell explain. And something in me that had wanted peace stepped back and never will come back again. Oh, what they've made of my daughter's home, blackened timber, blackened stone. The crow won't land, the dog won't come, and every door is hanging wrong. The gatepost told me what the York filth makes. Her husband's head, her son's head too, side by side. Her boys reduced to bloody heads on stakes. Good boys who didn't run and didn't hide. I did not weep, I had no weeping left. I cataloged what I would make them pay. Each face a debt, each stake a claim of theft, each one a name I'd speak on reckoning day. Oh, what they've made of my daughter's home, blackened timber, blackened stone. The crow won't land, the dog won't come, and every door is hanging wrong. She was on the porch, the way she'd fallen. She'd been trying to get back inside, back to the children. Even at the end she was trying. I put my hand on her cold hand. I said the things I should have said 3 years ago. I said them anyway. The dead can hear, the dead can hear. And then I heard it underneath the silence and the grief. A small sound, thin as smoke, alive, too small for disbelief. The old dog lying still, but breathing yet, his great grey body curled against the cold. And underneath him, wrapped in blood and sweat, the fair-haired one, not yet a season old. I took her up, she knew me, God, she knew me. That old blood doesn't lie, it doesn't sleep. I held her just a moment, then gave her to the rider's arms to keep. Then I turned my face into the eastern wind, and I opened up the things I keep locked down. I called the lightning by its oldest name, and I burned the grief into the ground. Hear me through your hills, you sons of slaughter. Hear me through your fires and your bone. You killed my daughter, you killed her babies. Now I'm coming to collect what's sold. I am 3 days ride and I am walking. I am every curse that holds its breath. I am what she gave up to be human, and I am so much older than your death. I will salt the ground beneath your heart
We would have actually went live about 3 or 4 minutes ago, but I got sidetracked. It is nice and hot here, so that's always a good thing. So nobody in chat, nobody in it's kind of nice, you know. There's nobody watching. I'm gonna be honest, you know. Doesn't even bother me to be honest, but actually I look at my Twitch stuff and it's like 0 views, 1 view. Well, anyway, I spent some time, you know. We've gotta really, really do a lot of work and move stuff, but I'm gonna talk why we move stuff. The big thing uh, is we're gonna go over races today. Now, in the histories, we stated that the beast folk came in 3 distinct trickles of a couple thousand through the island, you know, down these rivers. You know, down these rivers right here and here and here. So they came 3 distinct trickles of only a few thousand. And it didn't even seem like a few thousand of the people living there because they were largely scattered. Now, what arrived during these trickles were mostly adults. Now we have and then you have the Great Migration, and the Great Migration is the last of them. And according to them, the ancient empires on the other side of the mountains have completely collapsed. People are starving. There's the empires have collapsed. There's roving gangs of cannibals and everything else, and that's why they begged quite a bit. They begged for sanctuary, basically. Now, basically, they pulled the what's his name? They pulled Quasimodo yelling sanctuary at the top of their lungs because, you know. But anyway, so this means that the beast folk that arrived at first were fairly short-lived. Number one, they were all adults. Number two, they had made a trek, even if you just count the mountains. They had made a trek of 3,000 miles. They made a trek of a year. And that took it out of them. You know, the ones that survived, you know, it was not uncommon for a mouse girl to show up in a poorly repaired and poorly maintained wagon with young Uma children and young rat folk, even young cat folk. That's why mice girls have this odd place in beast folk society where everybody, you know, everybody kind of protects them. Everybody will stand up for them because the mouse girls, you know, helped those whose parents died on the way. But the one thing is that the adults that made it had expended a lot of their energy and a lot of their life and their endurance just to get to the Azure Sea Kingdoms. And so when we established that, and, you know, we built the history, and we said it's 30 years ago, there are no beast folk who actually remember what it was to be on the other side of the mountains. And even if there is, none of them will admit it. Now, there's always rumors of, you know, cannibalism. But that is one of the things we were going to use, where the first 3 trickles, those ones, they really melded in. They really assimilated. And they realized the only way they were going to survive is assimilation. Because with everything else that went on, with everything else that went on, they couldn't. They had to worry about, are these people going to kill us? Because they showed up with almost nothing. And when you show up with almost nothing, your ability to say, give me this, give me that, is really, in a medieval setting, the medieval world has no problem with letting your dumb ass starve to death. They're not there to make you happy. If you die, that's just too damn bad for you. Okay, we can delete this one. Actually, let's archive it. But so they immediately began, making themselves useful to their host nations, their host communities. And since beast folk were considered not even second-class citizens, from what we're coming up with, they were considered they were non-human, so they were considered property. They weren't considered, they were barely considered sentient, which isn't really fair to them, but hey, life isn't fair, and we're not making a fair setting. If you want a fair setting, go play the Modern Forgotten Realms. That's fair. They would make a very big deal out of the fact that the setting is fair. For those of you who missed the early ones, we're going to keep slavery and all that ugly stuff. Funny thing, the Igothage Empire still has slaves, but citizens often complain that slaves have, the slaves have more rights than we do, because the slave is the property of the state, and because of property of the state, damaging them, harming them, stealing them, whatever, beating them up, killing them, you have done that to the state's property. And we all know that the state doesn't like you to do such things to their property. You won't like what happens to you when you fuck with the state's property. And since that is the empire, that's what remains of the empire, we're actually going to keep Interseed Gods in our toolbox, because we're going to use it as a good example. By the time we're done with this, not only will I have done all the gods, but I'll have 2 or 3 temples mapped out per god. I'm being really I'm being real optimistic here that I'm going to live to finish this. But it gives me something to, besides, I love my family, and that is the big reason I hang around. Is my family. But the more you have, the better. A big thing is a lot of people in my situation give up, and they just, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard, it's going to be work, it's going to be, and there's no guarantees, so I will give up. Well, I used to run marathons, I ran my first marathon when I was like 9 or 10. It was a half marathon. It was the Pear Blossom Marathon in the Rock Valley, and I ran it and I finished. And athleticism and toughness was something my father prized, like most alcoholics. like most trailer park alcoholics, he prized strength and toughness, and he didn't like weakness at all. I always thought that a big reason that people like my father don't like weakness is because they know their alcoholism is a form of weakness. God knows I always looked at it. I mean, even when I was an alcoholic, I am an alcoholic. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Big fucking surprise, right? Yeah. But it's a form of weakness. And I do believe that's why. And we're going to keep the doors of Galarian because we're going to use it. We're going to use the various stuff as examples of how we're going to do our stuff. Alcoholism is a moral weakness, and I hated it. When I realized I was an alcoholic, I hated it, and I made the mistake of I turned around. We're going to keep Magnamar. Magnamar is a really good city book. I like it a lot. I used it with Rise of the Rune Lords. I expanded on Rise of the Rune Lords quite a bit, much to my players. My players appreciated it. They actually did. I was actually told they actually appreciated it because. But then I quit expanding on it, and Rise of the Rune Lord's problem it is very put the clues together, go here, defeat the monster of the weekend. Where is the Rune Lord? Are there going to be Rune Lords in the Rise of the Rune Lords? Is how my players started to feel, and which was kind of funny. They actually told me that they were enjoying the low magic 15-point build game where they were, they had a big deal of how to get the oil. Well, they had to do trading to get oil for the village, and it was expensive and it was difficult, and it was to them fun. And that's what matters is are your players having fun, I will argue with everybody else on Twitter about it, but I will ultimately stand by Braunstein, OSR, whatever the fuck you want to argue about. If you and your players are having fun and having a good time, especially if you play for years. I mean, even the new guys have been, even Fox and Rev have been with me for like a year now. Riffs, D&D. Shit, I'd play Twilight 2000 with them. I'd play about, I don't know, our group, I'd probably play about anything with them. D&D is good for me. And, I went without oxygen for quite a bit of time, so it gave me significant cognitive defects. And doing stuff like D&D actually helps. Believe it or not, video games and tabletop RPGs was stuff that I was actually recommended. And to keep up my creativity, I will admit writing was very, very difficult for a while. But anyway, let's get back to our races. Now, we had decided that there are two kinds of halfling. There is the Shire halfling, and yes, we're going to keep the Book of Erotic Fantasy. There's some stuff in it that I want. We are going to translate it to Die 20, and then we're going to translate it to Pathfinder. I like the guy who wrote it. He's a nice guy. Had drinks with him a couple times. Wife is very pretty. His other wife is also very pretty. He had very pretty wives at the time. He was a good guy. He thought I was funny. As in funny, haha. He thought I was one of those guys that makes everybody laugh. It's just funny because, scarred face and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah. Keep having ChatGPT pop up, but it's like, when did I install you? We're going to keep the Inner Sea Guide because we're going to compare what we're doing to the Inner Sea Guide. And of course, the Inner Sea Guide, can be compared to the Forgotten Realms book and everything else. Now, our beast folk, we've got, once again, we have cat folk, dog folk. Why, hello, puppy. Mouse girls, rat folk, and umas. And we are going to take a break. I have to call my daughter and ask her to take out my dog because I can't do such things. So, we'll be back in just a second.
The green hill gate, we run to the bramble and laugh too late. Blue hands stained by the sweetest stain, bare feet dashing through warm rain. We fill our pails by the hedgerow seam, red beet shining like a harvest dream. Mother calls from the linen line, come home before dusk time. But the creek says wait, and the reeds lean near. Every small brown face turns bright with cheer. Summer, summer, berry gold. Summer, 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 take us whole. Take us whole. Berries on our fingertips, berry bowl. Joy with every sugar kiss. Summer, summer. Down by the water, the minnows flash. We plunge our heels and we make a splash. Little ones chasing the silver pull, old nets waiting by the mossy pool.
Oh, thanks for being there for the break. Anyway, we have cat folk, dog folk, rat folk, mouse folk, and Uma. We have sailing gnomes, sea gnomes, river gnomes, and burrow gnomes. We have highway and road trade halflings in charge of huge caravans, and we have the Shire halflings who grow food. We'll probably have a couple different kinds of humans. Some dark skins, some not. Mainly because, why the fuck not? I can do what I want. And then, wow. And then, let's see. We've got hill dwarves, and we've got mountain dwarves. We've got high elves, and we've got wood elves. And, I think we're about, we got half orcs and half elves. And we've got short elves and tall elves. Forgot about that part. Short elves and tall elves. And, hey, look who it is. This is my granddaughter. Say, your mom, is it coming over?
No, I've always taken it.
Okay. Go get her thingy and check and see. I will, yeah, she'll be fine. Yeah, I can't take the dog out because, chest, hey. Yeah, the fan's got a wobble to it. Anyway, it's always something, you know. Does her collar work?
Yeah.
Okay. But let's see. Now, we have to look at how they're going to fit into society. I love Tracing Academy. I love Pretty Derby. Love that game. As a matter of fact, I usually run, at least one girl a night. Of course, I love Haru Ara. Everybody does. Because, she was my first S+. Anyway, but the Uma girls, because of their strength, because they've got horse strength. Because of their strength, they would actually have. I would actually give them, a bump in. I'd actually give them a bump in constitution and strength. Keep their charisma. And probably drop their wisdom by 2. Of course, give them the running feet for free. And probably give them a 1 level modification. We will get into how this works. How to create a race. We're going to go by the rules in a little bit. Is that 2 copies of the same thing? No, it is not. But we want our Uma girls because Uma girls are good. But they're going to be, 20 years since the war. So, they've integrated, and they have their military families, and they have their military lineages, and they had to be careful not to get on the halfling side. You'll find a lot of them working with the halflings, of course, because the halflings run the roads and the highways. But they would also make a big deal out of ensuring that the highways were decent. Thank you, little one. Can you make sure she has plenty of water, please? Okay. Thank you, Sweet Pea. That is my middle granddaughter, and she is Grandpa's big helper. She comes over and helps me. I can't walk my dog anymore, but I want to keep my dog because I love my dog. And she is a faithful dog. She protects my house from raccoons and squirrels. And she protects the kids, the grandkids. So I am not one to get rid of. I love you too. I love you very much. You have a good day. Hey, tell your mom that she's got to come over here and help me get stuff to drink and help me with my breathing treatment soon, okay? Okay. But anyway, I'm not going to get rid of her just because I'm getting old, When I had breathing trouble, I couldn't breathe. She let my wife know that she went back there and, jumped on her lap repeatedly until my wife realized it. She kept running in the front room until, my wife realized, oh shit, something's going on. She went there and I couldn't breathe again. It wasn't a total crash out. It was just, I just couldn't breathe. Happens now and then to me. It's very, 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 but anyway, like I was saying, I'm not going to get rid of her. She's my, you know what? We'll keep this one because we'll compare what we come up with. But we're already building something different. See, the funny thing is a lot of the human and human adjacent and the demi-human kingdoms would be kind of mad at the halflings because the halflings know that all these guys are out here, except for these. Nobody knows these guys are out here because the one halfling group that got past the psycho kobold, the drug tribes, they got sacrificed to the sun god, so nobody knows those kobolds are out there. But Oh God, I smell sweaty and gross. But the halflings trade with these empires. Any empire that will guarantee their safety on the highways and that will maintain the highways, the halflings will trade with. And some of the human kingdoms don't like it. Some of the, the elves definitely don't like it. But we all know that elves would disapprove of fucking pants. But some elves disapprove of fire. Anyway, yeah, I know, it's kind of funny. But so the halflings and the gnomes do trade with these kingdoms that are out there that, well, they just don't mention that, they don't mention that this silk comes from Hobgoblin Empire. Some of the people that have found out, they're not saying shit. Because a lot of them say, that's not our problem. They're all the way down here. They're all the way down here. What do I care if I live in Eidolon? I mean, it's 1,000 miles. But I like looking at the maps of the ancient world, like China and Rome and Persia, and say this is the size of some empires. What is this? This is dwarves. I think we got dwarves. Galarian. Bum. Now let's find out. I know we have elves already. But yes, we do. So this one goes into archive. Looks like the elven one has to go down there. But trade is what the ancient world was built on, just like the modern world. I mean, don't be fooled. The ancient world and the modern world are the same in the fact that trade. So you need to have people will go to the ends of the earth for money. I mean, come on. We see it all the time. I mean, for fuck's sake, we have a particular class here in America who has sold out, who has put us $20 trillion in debt just so they can, so the party can keep going on for a little bit longer. If you want to know, the fun part of being Gen X is having listened to them talk about how they stopped war and how they protested war and everything. And as soon as we were old enough to go to war, they sent us constantly. Both the silent gen and the boomers sent us to war consistently. Sometimes I think they did it just for fun, but mostly to make themselves feel good. Mostly because it gave them the good tingles that they were the good guys. And meanwhile they're sending their kids out they're sending their kids, and they're, in the case of the silent gen, they're sending their grandkids out to fight and kill. And then they really worked hard to really denigrate people that they sent out to fight. And that's one thing I will always hate them for. But yeah, I mean, I have my bones to pick because hey, I'm finally old enough that I've got a car and I can go cruising. What do you mean cruising's illegal? Yeah, they made cruising illegal because my generation was doing it. And after all they did was brag about how they went cruising. They bragged about their pot smoking days. And if you look at take a look at the laws they passed in the 80s and the 90s. My generation, start to decide they want to smoke pot. And I mean, they came out with some of the harshest fucking laws ever. Because, they weren't the ones doing it. It was very much, of course, it was funny to me. We got back from Panama or Desert Storm or whatever. And you go to the VA, and they told us it wasn't a real war. And this is actually where I get a kick. And I get a kick out of this. They say, oh, it wasn't a real war, so get the fuck out. Get out of here. Nobody cares. Which is fine. That's nothing new there. But now I get to listen to Global War on Terror guys say that none of that was a war. None of that counts. And it's absolutely hilarious because, it's funny. And it doesn't seem like it is, but it's hilarious. And I listen to him, let me bitch about the boomers, like, my brother in Christ, your generation are the boomers. But, but no, as long as we're left alone, we don't give a fuck. And that's our problem, is we thought our apathy would protect us, and it didn't. That's our mistake, and everybody else gets to pay for it. Hooray. Anyway, so the halflings and the gnomes do trade with the monstrous ones. Now, the monstrous ones, they're like elves. Although, both elves and the monster and the humanoid races would shit themselves if you told them that. But they are both very much the same in that they don't allow people who aren't their race to enter their empires. So they have enclaves. And, they only allow them to come so far into the empire. Which, if you think about it, is hilarious because, the elves and the humanoids are very, very much alike. Which is always funny. Because, anyway, we're gonna codify this. We're gonna codify this, and it's going to be very much, we're going to list it. And it's kind of nice and quiet today. It's just hot, but it's nice and quiet, which is good, because we're going to keep Sandpoint, because we're going to use that later. I want to show that later as a way to really, really make your town where it can be a base for your players' shenanigans. They did such a good job with Sandpoint. I love Sandpoint. It's arguably better than the Magnamar book. Of course, there's all the love for Waterdeep. I mean, Waterdeep and the City of Greyhawk and all the guys that came before. So we're not competing with them because, oh God, I hate this. I've hit the point where I'm sweating, and because I didn't take a shower last night because the fucking water was lukewarm in the tap. and it just made me feel sticky and worse. I've got where you rub your skin and it fucking sloughs off because of heat and humidity. Ugh, it's so gross. Anyway, well, on that grotesque fucking statement, on that grotesque statement, we will, why don't we, it's been almost an hour, but, you know what, we're good, we're actually good. So, we're gonna bring it out. Or C data, I think we put it in. Racial attitudes. We need to bring this back. We're going to go with the fact that the races don't all get along. All right, we're going to also steal it from that first edition, but we've got to add, you know, we're going to copy this, and we're going to put it down here, because this needs to be done correctly, which would be cat folk and dog folk and dwarf, mountain, dwarf, hill, and then elf, high, elf, short, elf, wood, all right, so we're reaching a point where we're probably going to have to do this on a PDF. But we're going to do some of the basic work here, and when we meet on tomorrow, I will try to have it done. But we need to make it so that, you know, everybody's represented, and we can see their in general attitudes. Gnome. Burrow. Gnome. River. Gnome. Sea. Now, since we've determined that our high elves up here coming out of Ithacara, them and the gnomes do not get along because they raid the ships. Let's see. Goat girl, no. We're gonna have stuff like a goat girl. I'm gonna put a couple goat girls in, stuff like that. You know, stupid, smelly goat girl. Halfling caravan. Halfling Shire. Most of these are not, well, there's going to be some mechanical differences. For the Halfling Caravan, they're most common and their preferred, God, I need a shower. Preferred, for the Caravan ones, class would be Ranger. For the Shire ones, it would be, well, if you're going with character classes, it would be Druid. Low-level Druid. Let's see. Well, we should go above because, you know. Okay, because you got half-elf. Technically, we should be doing half-elf, short half-elf. But we're not. Halfling. Human. Now this is usually where it ends. Is, a human. But, we've got Mouse Girl, Rat Folk, and Uma. There's a big thing. Kat, one of my players, Kat, she plays vain characters so well. She plays them where she doesn't make it the party's problem, which for I will be eternally grateful. But, and my wife is, it's funny, their female characters will be like, okay, we'll play rock, paper, scissors for the jewelry. And the male characters, and the male players know that just don't count the jewelry as the loot, because the girls are going to fight over it. And it's just not worth fighting over. But, and, like, Kat's character loves, dresses. Her bard, her bard was less, sleep with everybody and more, get a patron that she might let see her naked. And, which was, it's kind of surprising because, a lot of people don't do that. But, alright, we're going to take a break and we will be back. Don't go away, we're going to do a little more work.
When June unfastens the green hill gate, we run to the bramble and laugh too late. Blue hands stained by the sweetest stain, bare feet dashing through warm rain. We fill our pails by the hedgerow seam, red beet shining like a harvest dream. Mother calls from the linen line, come home before dusk time. But the creek says wait, and the reeds lean near. Every small brown face turns bright with cheer. Summer, summer, berry bowls. Summer, 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 take us whole. Take us whole. Berries on our fingertips, berry bowl. Joy with every sugar kiss. Summer, summer. Down by the water, the minnows flash. We plunge our heels and we make a splash. Little ones chasing the silver pool, old nets waiting by the mossy pool. My brother casts from the alder root, thin line singing for a shy fish shoot. Then we hide where the willow bends, count to 10 and be found again. Shh, the creek runs clear and the sun runs long. Even little hearts can grow so strong. Summer, summer, berry bowl. Summer, 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 take us home. Take us home. Berries on our fingertips, berry bowl. Joy with every sugar kiss. Summer, summer. When the lamps are set in the common room and the night leans in with a honeyed bloom, 2 old cups and a shared small smile can turn one glance into a while. By the firefly path, hand in hand, a baker's daughter and a fisher's man. They speak so soft, they speak so near, like the dark itself might bend to hear. Hush now, listen close to the nightly song. Even grown hearts wonder where the bright days belong. A thumb brushes lace, a sleeve finds a sleeve, and the whole room knows what the warm dusk leaves. strawberry sugar kiss. Summer, 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 creek song blue. Summer, 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 me and you. Me and you. Hide and seek till stars appear. Hide and seek. Then love walks home through firefly dear. Summer, summer.
Longer on the break. I got some stuff we're gonna handle. Give me a few more minutes, thank you.
I smelled the ash before I saw the hill, the sweet sick smell that every witch born knows, the blood and char that hangs in cold air still, kind of smell that never really goes, The writer didn't speak, he'd said his piece. He just wrote on and let the smell explain. And something in me that had wanted peace stepped back and never will come back again. Oh, what they've made of my daughter's home, blackened timber, blackened stone. The crow won't land, the dog won't come, and every door is hanging wrong. The gatepost told me what the York filth makes. Her husband's head, her son's head too, side by side. Her boys reduced to bloody heads on stakes. Good boys who didn't run and didn't hide. I did not weep, I had no weeping left. I cataloged what I would make them pay. Each face a debt, each take a claim of theft, each one a name I'd speak on a reckoning day. Oh, what they've made of my daughter's home, blackened timber, blackened stone. The crow won't land, the dog won't come, and every door is hanging wrong. She was on the porch, the way she'd fallen. She'd been trying to get back inside, back to the children. Even at the end, she was trying. I put my hand on her cold hand. I said the things I should have said 3 years ago. I said them anyway. The dead can hear, the dead can hear. And then I heard it underneath the silence and the grief. A small sound, thin as smoke, alive, too small for disbelief. The old dog lying still, but breathing yet, his great grey body curled against the cold. And underneath them, wrapped in blood and sweat, the fair-haired one, not yet a season old. I took her up, she knew me, God, she knew me. That old blood doesn't lie, it doesn't sleep. I held her just a moment, then gave her to the rider's arms to keep. Then I turned my face into the eastern wind, and I opened up the things I keep locked down. I called the lightning by its oldest name, and I burned the grief into the ground. Hear me through your hills, you sons of slaughter. Hear me through your fires and your bone. You killed my daughter, you killed her babies. Now I'm coming to collect what's sold. I am 3 days ride, and I am walking. I am every curse that holds its breath. I am what she gave up to be human, and I am so much older than your death. I will salt the ground beneath your heart trees. I will speak your true names to the flame. I will learn the face of every mother who ever bore a child with your clan's name. And I will find you, and I will find you. I will find you, I swear it, on her grave. Right fast now, right fast now, right fast. Keep her warm, don't look back. She has her mother's hands. God help her, she has her mother's hands. And I have mine, and I have mine.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Thank you for saying something. Yeah, it's because it's hot and I've been up over 24 hours. Son of a bitch. Alright, so our mouse girls are very demure and very much prim and proper. There's another word, but I can't remember. Let's make this a little bigger on the OBS. I am really sorry that I've been talking for like 10 minutes since we started this. Actually, since I came back. Oh, man. Okay. I hate repeating myself, but anyway, I guess I will. Okay, so we're going to use the advanced race class. Hey, Fox, I was talking about you earlier. That you're actually a very good player and a good DM. That yeah, you played Rifts and Pathfinder with us, and you're actually a good find for a player. So anyway, so the Advanced Race Guide has rules for making races. Now, it's actually, if you're a GM and you want to make your own races, we chose Mouse Girl because Mouse Girl is fairly easy. Now, we took creating a new race, concept, we had the concept, racial points, you want to go power level standards, so RP range 1 to 10, traits for category 3, step 1 concepts, where does your race tend to live and why? Cities. Hey, hate. Wow, everybody's showing up an hour in. But, what do they look like? Well, they look like mice. They look like big mice. They're very nervous and they're very timid. If one became an adventurer, they would be ostracized. The other mouse girls would look at them as a deviant and a possible pervert. After all, what proper mouse girl would go out and put themselves in such dangers? Heroics are for the big people. Heroics are for the people who need such things. They are perfectly happy with their lot as servants. They prefer to be. Number one, they have no males. And they procreate with half-elves or humans to produce litters of mouse girls. Not very many, though. They prefer to be told when to breed and who to breed with. They feel like Redwall Adventures would be very, oh wow, thanks. Would be because you're helping making bread. Making bread fucking rules. I hated it for years. My mother didn't believe in buying bread. She believed white bread didn't have any nutritional value. And she also hated me, so there was that. But she always had this fucking nasty sourdough starter under the sink and under the cabinets and in the pantry. Oh, fuck. Nothing worse than reaching in for something and putting your hand in a goddamn sourdough starter. She made sourdough bread all the fucking time. To the point where... And you have no idea how humiliating it is to go in and go to school and your bagged lunch is homemade bread. Of course, my mom didn't see anything wrong with it. My mom hated Little House on the Prairie, the books. She liked the TV show. She hated the books. My dad loved the books and didn't like the TV show. My dad didn't like Michael Landon for some reason. My mother loved Michael Landon. My father hated him. My mother watched Touched by an Angel. My dad went in the garage and drank beer. Don't know what it was. I mean, Michael Landon, from all apparent, was a decent person. It's just, But anyway, no, you won't have Redwall Adventures with the mouse folk. Some say, we're going to put it in there. Some believe that the mouse boys were lost to violence and strife. There. Alright. So we go back and we went through racial qualities, aberration, construct, dragons, but they have to be humanoid, so subtypes. But anyway, they have the following features: breathe, eat, and sleep. Monstrous humanoid. Oh, that's right. I liked demi-human more. The town that got every disease known to man. You know, I never did read Redwall. I should someday. Size quality, we made a medium, small or medium. Space speed, normal speed. Speed, normal. 0 RP. Ability score modifier, okay. Flexible. Alright. Greater Paragon. Greater weakness, human heritage. Mixed weakness. +2. Whoa. Paragon. Specialized. Okay. Standard. +2 bonus to 1. +2 bonus to a mental ability. And a -2 to any other mental score. Okay. We went strength -4. +2 to their intelligence. +2 to their dex and a -2 to their con. That would be a mixed weakness mixed weakness -2 RP. Mixed weakness -2 RP. Language quality. Standard. Buster Wasteling, a standard. Ooh, wow, that was a hot breeze. Standard. 0 RP. Common. Some still speak. Old speak. Racial traits. Name, RP cost. Why would your name cost? Oh, name and then, okay. Like, why would your name have RP cost? Let's see, advanced traits. +2 bonus to charisma, special, no. Defensive. Battle hardened, bond to the land, breeze kissed. Outsider. Celestial resistance, cornered fury. We're gonna give cornered fury. We'll give cornered fury to him. It's 4 RP, but I mean, I don't know. No, let's skip it. I mean, you know what? Give him cornered fury. Let's see, I also wanted to give him +2 reflex. See, I would love to give them a dodge bonus at armor class. Let's see. Exalted Resistance, Fearless, Fiendish Release, Fire of the Blood, Halo, Hardy, Healthy, Hydrated, Vitality, nope. Illusion Resistance, Life Bond. Oh, Lucky, no. Whew, fuck, it's hot. Hmm. Oh, man. Still in the blood. You know what? I think we pretty much got it good. Skill bonus, okay. +2 to perception, +1 to climb. Sneaky. Well, they'd be saying "oh dear" too much to be sneaky. But no. These aren't really, mouse girls aren't really intended to be player characters. I mean, if you want to play one as a player character, go ahead. But, Okay. Climb 2 RP. +8. So that's 2, 7, -2. Well, 2, 6. So we're at 4 right now. All right. How long are the mouse lifespans? I was actually thinking it's not that long. Yes, I've never read the Parasite Eve novel. I played about halfway through the game, and then my PS2 shit itself. So, and my daughter loves Parasite Eve. She's read all the books. I think she's even watched like a video or some shit. Why don't we give them? How long are the mouse girl lifespan? That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Oh, what's this? Don't tell me. Catfolk and ratfolk are right here. Son of a bitch. Of course, I might not agree with them. Whew, fuck is it on? Yeah, my daughter loves, okay, we're going to say they're fairly short-lived. Dark vision. They actually have short dark vision. Lifespan. First generation lived to about 20. It's estimated that good diet and living conditions will enable mouse girls to live to their mid-40s. Boom. And we are within the RP recommendations. And there's our little timid little mouse girls. Obviously not intended as a player character race. But you'll always have someone who wants to play one. Since we're adding psionics in, it would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Their hidden shame is they got psionics crop up. My girl was born on a Sunday. Yep. They're a short-lived race. The secret shame of mouse girls is that they have psychics and psionics in their blood. They do their best to ignore such shame and rarely, if ever, speak of it. Mouse girls' scion characters are considered to be one level higher for the determination of range damage and other level-based effects. There we go. That's why they're so nervous. They have a low will save. Minus one of their will saves, and they're fucking scions. That would make them nervous little things. Alright, let's take a look at the cat folk. See what we think of them. Now, the cat folk we have look like this. I don't know if any of you have watched Chain Smoking Cat. That shit is so funny. They are the grossest little things. It was funnier than hell when she farted in her landlord's face. But yep, if you watch it, you get a full view of her butt. Yeah, and I'm not sure, because I was like, oh my god, I'm not sure, but she may have been anatomically correct down there. Anyway. Cat folk, let's see what we got. Physical description. My god. I suppose I could write all that shit eventually. Okay, so they do look like ours. Let's see. +2 dex. Mine's better. +2 charisma. No change. -2 wisdom. We're the same there. Catfolk are humans with the catfolk subtype. Medium. Normal speed. Low light vision. Cat's luck. Natural hunter. Well, it's not bad. A little different than mine. Mine has disadvantage, curious to a deadly point. Not stupid, just curious. Don't play. Do not play with the stone of death. Why not? Because you'll die. Really? I know that the writer got bullied like a motherfucker. Been biting us, so William. All right, you know what? We'll stick with the cat folk. We will stick with their stats. I got to appreciate that. All right, we will stick with their cat folk. Although, you know, there's just something about building my own. Catfolk view adventures as helping their family with fame and fortune. Like most of these folk, they are obsessed with clan standing and social hierarchy. Alright, let's take a look at our rat folk. That is 150. Alright, small rodent-like humanoids. Okay, we're going to get rid of all this. Alignment and religion. Rat folk individuals are driven by a desire to acquire interesting items and a compulsion to tinker with complex objects. Our rat folk are not like that. Our rat folk are extremely clan conscious. They are extremely noble house. They are extremely noble house concerned. Now tell us the real life wild story. Type it in, baby. Oops, sorry. Not supposed to do that anymore. Cornered Fury. Scent. Stock. Skulk. Alright. With the... Ooh, no. God, no. They're fucking ugly. No, our rat folk don't look like this. That guy looks like a bum. Can you imagine these women? These female rat folk? Seeing this sorry motherfucker? They'd be like, ew. They'd be like, ew, he's gross. It was all one person with different accounts whose mango lost a smoking cat, but they got caught and off themselves. And he did it before his brother-in-law ruined his career too. Yeah. He ran away and then killed himself rather than face up to what he did. Oh, man. My truck's got a load of fucking branches in the back from the last storm. Yeah, these rat girls would be like, ew, he's gross. No, he's a rat folk. Not in our community. He looks like a prisoner. You could just hear them as if. With that annoying fucking affectation. Hated that. I see that fucking skit where the barista's like, what do you mean? He's like, nobody talks like that. It's bored teenagers and rich girls, and you're working as a barista and you're too old to be a teenager. I hate that fucking tone. Every time I hear it, it makes my knuckles itch. Because the people that talk like that were always such complete fucking assholes. I mean, absolute. Absolute make everybody's life miserable. Yeah, these ladies would see that rat folk down there and be like, oh, he's gross. Mouse Pie Detective. No, no, no. But I do have Winter Burrow. And when my youngest granddaughter feels cranky and has a stomach ache, she likes to sit with me and watch me play Winter Burrow because it's a little mouse. You have to tell the people like this. Which one, to the mouse girls or the our Mr. Skeevy down here? Man, this dude is skeevy as fuck. I mean, this dude is skeevy. Yeah. Oh, man. Affectation, yeah. Hate that shit. Absolutely hate it. Because it was really popularized. On the little bit of trivia for everybody, the on the Waffle House employment application, it asks, "Can you fight?" You know, and having been to Waffle House, yes, I can. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see here. Rat folk, males wearing high fashion of the 1600s, Europe particularly. Oh God, I can't remember the Venice. Multiple characters, different poses, different fur colors. They should be obviously having a civilized discussion in a town of marble and quarried stone. Let's see what it gives us. Yeah. Valley Girl culture was so fucking terrible. Mean Girl didn't really kick in because it was back in the day when you could still put a fist in someone's face, and people would. The stoner girls with their fucking rings. Because, but it's the Valley Girl thing. I fucking hated Valley. Gag me with a spoon. Bitch, I'll gag you with my fucking dick. I absolutely hated Valley Girls. I mean, other people are like, oh, I didn't really like. No, I fucking loathed them. Mainly because I lived on the West Coast. I used to have a picture. I made an AI picture of Conan standing outside a Waffle House. These rat folk gentlemen would be like, ew, guards, get rid of this guy. I mean, yeah, you don't see these rat folk guys being all putting up with this dude. They'd be like, oh, gods, come take this miscreant away. Throw him in the canal. Yeah, see, we're going to make it where, they're civilized. Not, yeah, they may be the beast folk, and they may have only been, they may have only, according to our history, our expanded history, where is it? Migration, the great beast folk migration ends 25 years ago. So they've had 25 years ago to acclimate. They're not, but the older rat folk families who've been here since the first or second or third trickle are not going to put up with this dude. They'd be like, ew, he's greasy. And no tieflings, because tieflings annoy me. So yeah, not too bad. I mean, ugh. Oh, guys, I hate to say it, but I'm going on 2 hours here. It's been a long day, and it's hotter than shit. I want to go cool down. But, we'll do some more work. So we just need to do that. Basically, I just got to decide how our rat folk or cat folk are going to be, and add the Uma girls, because we all love our horse girls. But the thing is when you add it, you have rat folk who are were spies during the war and stuff like that. You have the Uma girls who ran at 30, 40 miles an hour, for it to be scouts would be like cavalry. And so now they're reaping the benefits. And what's going to happen is which kingdoms survive are the ones which, don't try to lock out the newcomers. Like Ironmark, where our music is from, where our witch is from. Actually, our witch is probably here. Our witch in the music probably died here. And our witch of Ironmark that we hear in the songs, she died probably here. But all right, so we're gonna say goodnight, and I will see you all tomorrow. This was a bonus stream because yesterday I ended up bullshitting with Dead for fucking 2 hours, which bored the shit out of you guys, and I'm sorry about that. So, anyway. But will there be Fox girls? You know what, Fox? Just because you asked, maybe I'll add them. We'll add Vulpines. Not nine-tailed fox, we'll add Vulpines. So. Good night, everybody.
Hush now, my darling. June unfastens the green hill gate, we run to the bramble and laugh too late. Blue hands stained by the sweetest stain, bare feet dashing through warm rain. We fill our pails by the hedgerow seam, red beets shining like a harvest dream. Mother calls from the linen line, come home, before dusk time. But the creek says wait, and the reeds lean near. Every small brown face turns bright with cheer. Summer,